received the constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 269, Currency Campaign Finance Prohibitions, Disclosure by Financial Institutions.
Is on third reading and final passage. Is there any debate? Gentleman from St. Mary's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Got an amendment at the desk. Amendment 383029/1.
Amendment number 1.
So be considered reading an amendment.
So ordered.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This amendment comes courtesy of all the constituents that reached out to me last week, so it's proof that I read my text messages and my emails. Last Wednesday, there was a video released by James O'Keefe. Used to be with Project Veritas. Now I guess he's out on his own. In the video in which O'Keefe Media Group, you can find it on YouTube, he's kind of famous for doing these ambush videos. And he starts off the video with a statement. The FEC data shows that some senior citizens across the U.S. have been donating thousands of times per year. Some of these individuals' names, addresses are attached to over $200,000 in campaign contributions. This is James O'Keefe with OMG. I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland, at an individual's home who has donated a total of $217,000 and made 12,000 different contributions in a 3-year period, all donations made through Act Blue. Well, that sounds odd to me because I know we have state and federal donation limitations. The video goes on to show another voter in Annapolis, Maryland, who in the year 2022 allegedly contributed 1,009 times to Act Blue at a tune of almost $19,000. This means she would have to donate 3 times a day. Now, the interesting thing is when he shows up at her house that asked her this, she's like, well, yeah, I made some donations, but it wasn't anything close to what you're telling me. Another gentleman from Montgomery County, gentleman made over 31,000 individual contributions to various different causes for a total of $230,000. And when he asked them, he said, well, yeah, we've donated through Act Blue, but we didn't donate anywhere near that amount. So the report leads you to believe that some of the people and some of these groups are using addresses of known donors, many who live in Maryland, and then using them to launder money to their favorite political organizations. It's troubling to see our citizens being used this way. Then the news, the day after this video was released, the Maryland State Board of Elections administrator quits the same day. Now, I know that she was planning on retiring in the summer, but I don't know if this was a coincidence of just unfortunate timing or what. But I believe since we now know this problem exists, it's up to us to address it and investigate it. So the amendment at the desk is simply a study for the state prosecutor.
Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll certainly defer to the committee on the substance of the bill and the amendment, but I would just ask that we not create conspiracy theories on the House floor in real time. Administrator Lamone is in her early 80s. She has had a long, distinguished career. As you admitted in your conjuring of that conspiracy theory, had already planned her retirement. It has nothing to do with any report that you're discussing.
I also said coincidence.
So please.
I also said, I have the floor, Madam Speaker. My majority leader is clearly interrupting as I'm explaining the amendment.
I called on the majority leader, so who goes by what I call on.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the point's been made. It would just be good if we kept to the facts of our amendments and our bills and not conjure up conspiracy theories in real time. I think we have enough of that when we scroll on our phones. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Gentleman from St. Mary's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's not a conspiracy theory. If there's just more than a coincidence. This amendment simply has the state prosecutor offering a study of the past 4 years for contribution irregularities, investigating excessive contributions made to the state and federal campaign finances in this state, identifies contributions made under incorrect or unverified names, and documents those reports of contributions and irregularities, and then a report to be due to the General Assembly by next year. It's a pretty simple amendment. There is obviously likely a problem, and look, for us to look into it, I mean, that's our duty. That's our job. So with that, Madam Speaker, I ask this body to move the amendment. Thank you.
Vice Chair of the committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Delegate, for sharing this amendment in advance. I would like to request that we make sure, colleagues, that we submit amendments that are related to the bills that are at hand. This bill is about campaign finance when it comes to currency that is used. And it ensures that when currency is used, that is United States currency, all other currencies are prohibited under this legislation. That's what this bill is about. This amendment has absolutely nothing to do with the bill that is under consideration. But in terms of the substance of the amendment, Delegate, I think it's very dangerous for us as a body to listen to and submit amendments and to create policy that is related to people who are provocatively doing investigations that are unfounded, and to bring those as amendments on the House floor. I have never seen whatever this video is, and I think it's dangerous for us to be legislating based on random videos that we're seeing online that are perhaps unfounded, and for us to bring those as amendments. In addition to that, the state prosecutor is responsible for investigating and continuously investigates campaign violations. As a matter of fact, colleagues, any of you right now, including the sponsor of this amendment, can go online and submit a complaint. The good delegate could go online right now and submit a complaint to be investigated by the state prosecutor. This amendment is not needed. It is not germane to the bill, and I request that you resist the amendment. Thank you.
Gentleman from St. Mary's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The bill deals with finance, campaign finance prohibitions. That's what this amendment deals with. This amendment, or the bill, deals with digital currency and donations made outside the United States. We don't know if there's a problem with money coming in and using duplicate addresses. And look, I've heard so many times on this House floor that there's no campaign finance rules, there's no election interference. Look, I'm asking you just to study the problem, just to look at it. There's never a problem if you put your head in the sand and refuse to acknowledge it. Now, this video was released 5 days ago. It was shared all across the internet and social media accounts. It made its way around in Republican circles. And look, there's no time to put an emergency bill in to study this, and plus that would get, we drop legislation, that would be next year. This is a very simple amendment that fits on this bill that shows our constituents, you know what, when there's fraudulent activities going on, we in Maryland care about it, and we're going to investigate it. That's it. That's our due diligence. That would be the right thing to do. I press the amendment, Madam Speaker.
On the amendment, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? No. I heard 3 people. Roll call.
Madam Speaker.
To explain my vote.
Yes, gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's unfortunate that we do all get our news from different sources, but I would encourage everyone on this floor to take a look at this report. It's a video report, and James O'Keefe visited quite a few houses in Annapolis. He was here in Maryland and asked residents. This first one denied donating $35,000 in over 3,000 separate installments. The next one said they gave $5 to Act Blue every once in a while, but not the thousands of dollars that showed up on a campaign finance report. So this is a real problem, and we will certainly follow up with a letter to the state prosecutor and the Board of Elections, but this would be a chance for us to speak as a body. Thank you.
On the amendment, clerk will take the call. Amendment fails. Are there any additional amendments to the bill or to its title?